Thank you very little. Thank you very little. So, Ed, as you're opening the Vintners Series for June of I like that segue. June 2016. June. This is our second podcast from our new studio, which we'll be modifying, and we have some really fun things coming out for you guys digitally.
Digitally?
Did you know I had a conversation with David Zucker?
David Zucker?
Author, director, and writer of Airplane.
Yeah. I was going to say.
He wants to help us make some wine videos.
Great.
That'd be fun.
Yep, I'm for it.
No, you're not. Oh, yeah, I'm going to invite you.
Well, who else would do it?
Are you new to that?
Yeah, well, it's...
So Ed looked up our 40 years as we floated 40 years. By the way, this is June now, but last month was our 44th anniversary of the Wine Month Club, and having spent, and this is true, folks, I spent an evening with a couple people in this industry as well, and we were just sort of talking about the business and stuff, and I was so proud to sit there and go, yeah, you've only been around for 20 years, you've been around for 15, I've been around for 44 years doing this, and I can't imagine any company that hasn't been around for 40 years doing anything without A, great value, and B, quality product. Or a really good co-host.
A really good newsletter, I think, is.
Yeah,
and a phenomenal co-host that really gets all the accolades.
So one of the wines that was the red wine for 40 years ago in 1976 was the Alicante Bochet.
Yeah, of Angelo Papani.
Yeah. And that's a pretty unusual grape. You'll see it a lot, and I didn't know it. You said it was a hybrid.
Well, a lot of people use it as a blending grape, especially Ridge Vineyards. Ridge uses it a lot.
Oh, do they really?
Zinfandel.
Yeah. I knew
and
that,
it's planted a lot in France, in the south of France, because it's a very hardy grape. It's a cross between Grenache and a grape I can't even pronounce, never heard of, and
it's called Massiana.
It's a grape was named after me. Great wine, and Papani was a great winery. I mean, he really proved that you can make incredible wine in the Central Valley of California.
So, one of the things that we were talking about earlier, but the Latin classification of grapes, Vinus vinifera, which are the wines that you would taste, Chardonnay, Cabernet. That's the Latin classification. But there's another one, the one below that, vinifera Lambrusco, still wine grapes, but not considered the upper tier. So, and I always thought
this wine's amazing to me.
And so Ed's going to change the subject and move into the wine.
Move into the wine, which is what we're supposed to do anyway.
This is a great wine. The nose is great. Everything's great. It's our friends from Red Tree. We just did the Chardonnay in the Classic Series. It reeks of Zinfandel.
I mean, it's just so Zinfandel, and yet it has it's a 2011, I think now. No, it's 13. So it's got it's only got a little, not quite 3 years of age on it, but it's still just drinking great, and I think it's going to get even better.
Well, what I like about it is it's not that drippy, viscous, oversaturated zins from like Sierra Foothills, which are great. If you feel like that, this is a great classic zin for the summertime, for your barbecue. Are you kidding?
Well, yeah. I mean, this is a pretty hefty wine. I mean, it's not over the top. It doesn't have a lot of alcohol, which I think is really good, as Zinfandel tends to do. And this one is, I think, one of the better ones. $22.90 on the shelf, $12.99 reorder price. Absolutely incredible.
You wouldn't know it.
Absolutely incredible.
I love the finish. Nice and dry, nice and crisp. Tons of fruit.
I'm loving it.
95, yeah, for sure. But I'm sorry, with my Uncle Cal's famous rib sauce, or my famous tri-tip.
Infamous tri-tip, I think, is the correct word here.
Well, no, it's good. No, are you kidding?
No, I'm not kidding.
Uncle Cal's famous rib glaze.
Oh, I can hear the accolades in Santa Monica from Monrovia.
I'm telling you. I've been working on a couple of new barbecue sauces, actually. One of them, very St. Louis style, Memphis deep. And then there was one that was from a restaurant in San Francisco, more down the Chris and Pitt style.
This was a really interesting story. I'd never heard of this guy before. He's got a sommelier something or another on a bunch of letters after his name, and he put this wine together, obviously in a winery in Spain, in Catalonia, which is in eastern Spain.
Wow.
And Grenache Blanc, which is, as I said in the article, in the last 10 years, Grenache Blanc has just exploded. I mean, it's just absolutely exploded.
I am intrigued by this
so
because
good.
it's Spanish. It's Grenache Blanc, which is in this typically grown in the south of France anyway, and that maybe even close to the Spanish border. I'm not sure what part of where Catalonia is. I don't remember.
Catalonia is
north?
Barcelona. Yeah, Barcelona, way northeast.
Okay, so you can see that vineyard. They picking up that's. Bless you, Ed.
Thank you.
And then, but to grow this grape there, it just seems unusual to me. I've never seen a Grenache Blanc, Spanish Grenache Blanc. I don't think I've ever seen one.
Oh yeah, no,
wines.
there's tons of them. They're grown there a lot.
Oh, then that's fine. Just credit me in front of everybody.
That's fine. I'll let it go this time. That's what I'm here for.
However, this one is a complete departure from, for instance, our friend at Babcock. That was a
it's
Santa
totally
Barbara
different.
fruit bomb,
Yeah,
and
totally
this is this totally lean, but all that fruit character in the middle, right?
Oh, the fruit's still there. I think there's some great fruit in here, but it's tighter. Because it's in a cooler
Definitely
climate. It's interesting. Grenache Blanc. You go, oh well, is that like Grenache, the red grape? Yeah. As a matter of fact, it's a direct cousin of Grenache Rouge.
As soon as I got to my nose, I got Mandarin.
Yeah, exactly.
A little lime.
Mm-hmm. I love these wines. Absolutely love them. $19.90 on the shelf is great price. $11.99 reorder price.
Yeah.
I'm at a 98. I love this
I'm
one.
a 97 just from the experience of it because it's so interesting. Mm-hmm. That was really fun. I forgot how great that was. I forgot it was Spanish. How can you forget such a stuff, Ed?
It's beyond me. Then again, most things are. So. Now we go back to
the foot comes
Matchbook.
through here, folks. It's our roof are going up.
Our buddies at Matchbook, formerly R.H. Phillips, formerly Toasted Head.
I didn't know it was formerly R.H. Phillips.
Yeah, these are guys that built R.H.
did
Phillips
not know
in
that.
Dunnigan Hills. Yeah. What I love about these guys is that they really know how to do it well. They've been doing it for 35 years since they founded R.H. Phillips in Dunnigan Hills in the Sacramento Delta. They know how to make money, they know how to make really good wine, and they know how to make a profit selling it at the prices that they do.
Okay, look at this. Who would do this? Because I'm tasting this going, I'm sort of missing that over gamey, over blueberry. And I'm getting a nice balance and some nice crisp acidity, which you don't see a lot in Syrah. And then I look at it and it says, there's 8% Petit Verdot in there.
Oh, well, okay.
That's going to thin that down a little bit and make it a little less
Well,
aggressive.
it's certainly. Well, they also make really good wines. I mean, I'm not a big Syrah fan because of that animal character that I get out of it, and there's just none of that in there.
This is way more flexible in its approach to food and everything.
Delicious wine. I mean, $20 on the shelf, $12.99.
And they love us.
Well, they
love
should.
selling us wine.
They should. We buy a lot of wine from
In
them.
fact, they're going to be bringing us more. They brought in 8 wines. I bought about 2 of them, and they continue to just ask us to feature their wines so that they get them out on the street.
I'm doing a 96 on this.
I'm going 96. I'll join you out of that.
Wow.
96.
There's just no setting him free. That's all there is to it.
This is a whole new animal. This Black Station. Never seen it before. It just came in.
But this is also the Matchbook.
Yeah, it's a new brand of theirs though. So it's a completely different process. This is the estate bottled Chardonnay, and it's the Matchbook people, but it's a whole new line. We're the first ever to see it featured or do anything with it.
Wow.
And I just thought it was incredible. In fact, the
That
red
is
is
really good. Yeah, that's really, really good.
Isn't that great?
Well, like I said, these guys know what they're doing. It's amazing. And, they put it in the bottle. They price it correctly. It's just,
You wouldn't know this is a 15. Feels like it's got age and feels like it's got weight in it from being in the bottle. But it's a 15. A little bit of oak.
A little bit of oak, yeah, but
Stuff, but
just enough to expand it, not completely hide all the flavors.
It's like one of my favorite Chardonnays of the last few months.
Yeah, me too. This is really well done because it's got character, it's got acidity, it's a food wine. It's not something you sit around at Tequila Willie's waiting for your chips and dip.
Tequila Willie's, that's day 2. That closed about 25 years ago, folks. But I'm glad you used to go to T. Willie's. It's T. Willie's to the locals.
Oh, well, I just learned when you say OH, somebody else goes IO, I mean.
I owe you nothing.
Ohio.
So,
and that's our show. I'm doing a 95 on that too.
I'm 96. I think it's great.
$11.99 a reorder price for June. Vintners Series.
No.
I think Tim is.
You broke a glass, Ed.
There you
Cheers.
go. Cheers.